Welcome to the Collins channel once again, lovely people. We are glad to be on your screens, and this is another episode of Storytime. Now, I have a beautiful and handsome storyteller right here, Rewell, with me. So anytime he chips in, just take his story, give him time to also speak. Otherwise, welcome, invite more. And today, yes, you saw the topic, and my husband is going to be joining me right here. So stick with us and share with the people that are out there. Share with them the link so that we can get to experience, to share the experiences that we've had in life in this story time. That is what it's all about, sharing our stories to you, and you share with us whatever your experiences are, and encouraging each other on a daily basis so that we can be able to, lighten up each other's faces by putting a smile on each and every face. This was a very hard time for us, I would say, okay, for me, because I think my husband is a less stressed person. He never gets stressed up. Whichever the kind of tension that gets to him, he never gets stressed up. So we will be here to give you the whole experience, the way it was and how we came out of it. And yeah, I think this is a time that you take to subscribe. Those of you that are here for the first time, subscribe, kindly share the link, and watch all of the other videos that we have on this channel. Support a brother, support a sister. That is what we are here for. Welcome the most handsome man in the world.
So for those who are worried, whatever happened didn't happen today. We are safe and sound,
yes,
but would love to share with you the account of what transpired. We actually left our house early in the morning. We were headed to Nairobi for a shoot for one of the contents that we were meant to do in our YouTube channel. We were to do some cookery video, some place in Nairobi close to
the Ethiopian embassy. It is called it is a
that
place.
That
Yes.
place. So because we wanted to be there early, we left this place when it was still dark. What time was it?
It was at around, it was getting to 5. Yeah.
In the morning.
5 a.m.
In the morning. And one thing, me, I'm not a morning person, so I struggle out of bed.
I tell you,
for the sake of
we should make
wonderful
that other
people.
video of early morning people.
So we left home in the morning, and of course we were in a rush because for me, if I know the time is 5, I know I need 10 minutes and I'll be done. So
10 minutes of pulling the blanket and thinking about it. I mean, most of us struggle. Most of us know our struggle. So I'll blow your trumpet.
So we left in the morning. We were in the company of our cameraman, who also happened to be our driver.
Yes.
And our friend called Bruno. And off we went in the morning. The baby, I think, was he still asleep? It was his first time to go to Nairobi.
Yeah.
And not just like you, the first time you went to Nairobi. You know those stories where they say the first time to Nairobi, mtu akai, the person is standing throughout the whole journey. So yeah, off we left Nakuru. It was cold. It was cold, really cold.
Yes.
Yeah, it was cold. But anyway, we left, and you didn't carry anything. Did you carry anything?
I didn't even carry
porridge.
I didn't even carry a snack, not even cold water. There was nothing in my
So
bag.
we were there enjoying stories. We were eating stories and more stories. But at around what time was that? Was it 7?
Yeah.
No, not 7. I think it was 7:30. The driver was a bit slow. It's when we were starting to get to Nairobi.
Was he really slow? I think he was taking a manageable speed. My husband has issues with slow drivers.
Okay.
But he wasn't
that's a topic.
slow.
That's a topic for another
Yes, he
day.
wasn't slow.
So. Hey. So It was
told you.
about 7:30. Remember, we left here at 5. We're completely hungry. Some people have slept, have even started speaking in the. I've not pointed fingers. We were 4 people in the vehicle. Remember?
I can see you.
So at about 7:30, that's when we are getting close to Nairobi. And you know, for some people, like some villagers,
some villagers like me.
the only way they can know they're in Nairobi, you know, when you're getting close to Nairobi and then there's that, you tell them what shows you that you're almost getting to Nairobi.
The flyover, I think it's a flyover.
I don't think that's what you want to say. That thing that separates the 2 ways.
At the lens.
Yeah, so we go to Nairobi, and now we wanted, as part of the show, to have some frames or some videos showing how we were leaving to the place of where we were going to shoot.
Yes.
Because this was going to be a cookery video, and we had dubbed it Cooking Adventure. Was it Cooking Adventure or Cooking Tour? One of those. And so we wanted to show at least part of our journey to the place of the person we were hosting for the cookery show. So, because Bruno was the one sitting in front, we decided to park somewhere. The cameras were at the in the boot. In the boot.
Yeah.
Could you relax? Okay, we are going to give you to tell us your part of the story. So, where were we?
We parked along the road
so that we
get the camera.
Yeah, so that we could pick the camera. And then Bruno was given the camera.
Yes, and he was the one shooting. Now he started shooting from close by to the time that we were now entering Nairobi. And then we were doing well. The journey was not that bad. He was doing his job at that time, and he was enjoying the time. So we get to a place, okay, we didn't even actually know the place very well, so we were following Google Map, and Google Map directed to a particular place or a particular Shidwe. The ancestors are saying, I will follow you. You will not shame us. Hutaturuka. I tell you, yes, a particular place. So we went to a particular place, and we saw on the posts, because I think it is close to those embassies. We saw on the posts that we are not supposed to use our cameras. So I told them, have you seen that? Then they were like, yes. So Bruno actually
immediately stopped
filming and put the camera on his lap. Yes.
So we were heading to Lydia's place.
Yes.
Because she was the one going to do
the hosting that
of
episode.
that cookery, and that video we're going to show to share very soon.
Yeah.
So when our pin, is it pin?
Yes.
The pin that she sent us showed us that we were drawing close by. We decided to park because we were not seeing any house around. Hey. So we decided to park so that we could call and find out if we are lost or we are close to where she wanted us.
Actually, we decided, you decided to call her.
Yes.
In the meantime, and then you told the driver to pull over.
So he was parking, I was on phone. Hello Lydia, how are you?
We are around.
We can see the map is showing us that we are close by to your place, but we can't see any form of the name of the house that you told us or the apartment. And as I am on phone, I see some very well-built gentlemen coming.
People can, by the way, can swell. They can swell. They were bouncing like this.
Right now you have power to speak that time. So I get off the phone, and immediately I hear it's like the gentleman already started engaging our driver.
Yes.
Our driver is called Mr. Sam Babakini, in other words. So
a photographer.
Yes.
Yes.
So they had asked, the gentleman was actually polite in the beginning, and he spoke in Swahili. Habari yako? Kwa nini mmepaka hapa? I had not noticed, but we had just parked outside the Ethiopian embassy. Ethiopian embassy. But did I know? How would we even know it's wrong to park there? Is it even wrong to park?
There are some things that we actually do not know. There are some things that we do not know. They say ignorance, it costs us so much. But I don't think that is ignorance. I mean...
wanasema kugaramikia ujinga yako. So, I can see there are 8 people who are watching us. Kindly just comment there so that we know you're with us, so that we're not telling a story to the air. So, the gentleman was actually calm and talking nicely to Mr. Sam. Why have you parked here? Kwa nini mmepark hapa? So as he was trying to explain, I think the gentleman now then saw...
No, there is another one who came from this other side. So when he came through this other side, you remember we were on phone, one is on this side of the window. So the co-driver's seat? Yes, on the co-driver's seat, another person comes and then he's like, you are the people.
He saw the camera.
Record the way you are recording. Do not pause. Do not touch that camera. Come out. Get out, all of you.
Right now you're seeing us smiling. That time it was... The mood had changed completely.
Even the baby could feel it.
And now we were told to come out of the vehicle immediately.
Immediately. Do not touch anything.
Don't touch anything. Don't delete anything. Come out with the camera the way you were holding it. So the doors were opened. We came out.
You are the Al-Shabaabs. You are the terrorists.
And today we have found you. Let me tell you.
We found you.
He was saying that place where you normally train from. Let me tell you, we have trained there more than you have.
And this time, myself, I was shaking. I was actually wondering what is happening. I was wondering what is happening. Why would somebody call us terrorists when we have just pulled over to some place? So I started asking myself and wondering, is it that we are in the wrong, or have we stepped on something that we are not supposed to step on? And this guy is insisting, you are the terrorists we have been looking for. We have been looking for you, and finally God is never asleep. Mungu halalangi. Tumewapata nyinyi alikuwa anatuita sijui nini. What was that word? There is a Swahili word that he was using. And then this guy was serious. Ati sisi ni maswara. We are bad luck. But today we have been gotten. The bad luck has fallen on the bad luck itself. We have been gotten. So my friend, it was chaotic. They created a scene.
And that part you're not talking about. That time, my wife is... I think we could collect a liter.
No. I had not yet started crying. You cannot say
you
that I had already started
trembling.
crying. I was not even trembling at that time because I thought maybe this is a joke or something like
so
this.
So the guys tell us now that we need to remove
everything
from the car. Literally
and
everything.
And spill it on the road because we were packed besides the road.
People who are passing by are already seeing... You see, if you see policemen and they have gathered around some particular people, the vehicle has been opened, the boot, the doors, and then they are being told to remove everything, like the bags.
We actually poured everything, the diapers, everything, even the sponges, even the brushes.
And you know, now, that time they're asking us, iko wapi kitambulisho? Where's your ID? Where's your identification card? That is the morning I've forgotten to carry my ID.
When you are traveling or going anywhere in Nairobi, carry your identification card, especially when you are a foreigner like me. I'm not yet a citizen of the Kenyan country. My friend, carry it. Even if it means you sleep hungry that day. Carry.
So that is the time we have not carried our ID. You didn't carry your passport either.
The only people that had their IDs were that driver and Bruno.
And remember, by now, the driver is already in handcuffed.
Yeah, they handcuffed the driver and Bruno.
And Bruno has been asked for the ID. When he was presenting his ID, he brings two. One is for school, and one is the national ID. And the one for school, apparently Bruno was doing, what course is it? Criminology.
Yes, he does.
So you have come to do surveillance here, pilot study of how you're going to bomb
and
here.
You know how you're going to lipua. Nataka kulipua.
Wacha tuambie leo tumewashika.
Tumewashika.
We want to call anti-terror na mtafinywa leo mtasema you are going to be taken to the chambers, torture chambers, and you are going to say what you wanted to do here.
At this place.
Can you see? This is the embassy. Can you see? This is the embassy.
Now, some part that we did not even talk about was these guys, when they got to us, they realized that this camera is no longer on, like the record button is no longer on. So the guy told Bruno, "Ebu shika hiyo kamera, onyesha pale." Unaona hapo pale. Now this guy is trying to collect evidence that was actually not there. Atishika, start recording. Record venye ulikuwa una record. Unaona pale. Hiyo inasomaje? Record. Finya record. And my friend, that time you are trembling, you are confused,
you
do not know what.
You are crying.
Me, I
you had even started speaking in your mother tongue.
Because you know, I have a baby. My whole family is here. Our friends have gotten entangled. It was a true entanglement.
So they asked us, so what had you come to do here? What had you come to do
You can
here?
imagine what was in our boat was these cameras, the big cameras. I think when they saw them, they were like, these are grenades that we have not
And then,
seen.
you know, the wireless microphone, that receiver looks like something that can interfere the network.
And then they said, guys, you are the people that we have been looking for. You are the people that we have been looking for, and finally we have
It
found
seems
you.
our video is off. Let me just sort it out.
So guys, sorry about that. Our video is off for now, but we are going to sort it out. Stick with us. I can see the four of you are here, and we are going to be sorting out in at the very shortest time. So I was telling you guys that when you are moving to a town or a place that you have not been before, I have learned to carry my ID and my passport. Even when I'm leaving the house, I just carry it. I don't know. Anything can happen. Like where we stay here in Nakuru, even when it is a place I stay in, that they have a tendency of, putting, getting a random time and coming to collect people that, especially the people that come from Sudan and foreign countries, basically people who are not Kenyan. If you look like you are not Kenyan, they would definitely come and ship you and take you to the Central Police so that you give an explanation of why you are in Kenya illegally. So I have learned, like one day I actually almost fell into their hands, but this time I was with my sweet mother-in-law and nothing happened. She was like, my daughter, you just go back home. I don't want you to be caught. Like, it is serious, Kenya is not like Uganda, surprisingly. Uganda, we do everything and anything at leisure. We do not, we do not usually have to keep on toes over things that concern moving with your ID, or like people actually can get to the age of 18 and they do not have their IDs and it is still okay. And even people past 18, like me, I got my ID when I was actually planning to come to Kenya, planning to get married. Like I'd never thought of getting that ID. First of all, I think of the line of where we are supposed to get the IDs from, Kololo or places like that, and I'm like, we can actually survive without an ID, Those are things that usually come to our minds. My friend, here in Kenya, if you're planning to come and pay a visit to Kenya, kindly take time and have your credentials right, your IDs, your everything. You need to have it with you, because anything can happen. And once you're in a foreign country, my friend, it's like as though you are sometimes it becomes like as though you are less of a human being. Yeah. So if you feel that you have to travel to Kenya, our video is back. I hope I can see. Those of you that had run away, kindly come back.
Sorry, our phone had gone off. We have had to put a second camera. So let's get back to the story.
We are back.
We are at that place. They have made us open all our boots. All our luggages are open. We have taken out all our machines. They are down. If it's a camera, you're bringing out piece by piece, piece by piece. Everything has to be completely
dismantled.
Dismantled.
Yes, they dismantled everything. And my friend, at that moment, Mia started crying, like tears just started flowing. They are telling me, oh, wewe, wapi kitambulisho yako? Na wewe ni Mkenya kweli? And now they are telling my husband he's not Kenyan. Why? Because he does not have the ID. Now, my husband doesn't have an ID. I don't have my passport. So who will tell these people that we are actually Kenyan, or I am affiliated to a Kenyan?
So that's when they ask us, what were you really doing here?
Yes.
What were you looking for? So we start explaining, oh, we are YouTubers. We had come to do some shoot here. Our host is actually living around here,
this place.
And that's the one we were just but lost. So
we actually were not lost. The pin led us here. So we were trying to confirm this is.
So they ask, what is your relationship with the person going to host you? And that question was to you. What did you say?
And I said, she is my sister.
So can you call her to come?
Yes.
And we said, oh Lord, at least now finally
they are trying to understand.
They are trying to understand. At least now
we have a solution at last.
If we call her, at least she can say she was going to host us, and then we can be released.
My friend.
So we call Lydia. That time, my wife is hardly standing on her feet.
You know, like, my baby is crying at that time. It is hot. It had, you know, like that morning sunshine. We had stayed there for quite close to an hour.
It was
actually past an hour when they are telling us now to call the host.
A crowd is
there. Everybody is looking at us. You know, like everything that was meant to be just something small, a trip, and then you do your shoot and then come back, turns out to become something the whole country needs to know about. Like the whole GSUs, the whole GSU people are there. My friend, it was chaotic. So when Lydia finally shows up, my sweet sister, she's my sister. Okay, she's not my biological sister, but for the time that we've known her and the friendship that we had, we would literally call her sister. Ni vile tu, like somebody would say bro or sister or cousin or something like that, because of the kind of bond they have in friendship.
So we call Lydia, and Lydia comes. And then when Lydia comes, the first question she's asked, do you know these people? And then she says, yes, I do. I do know these people. I know them very well. And then she's asked, what is your relationship with this person? Because you're the one who had said she's your sister. Mm-hmm. And then immediately she said, she's my friend.
We studied together in the same school. And this one she's called Shifra. She is my friend. We studied together in the same school. That is the husband, remember? That's the husband, remember? We studied together in the same school. Now, remember they have asked us our names? His name is Musumba Collins. And my name is Nahudita Shifra.
But the name, of course, Lydia knows is the one we were using in high school.
Is the one that we used in high school. Like everybody called my husband the father's name. Because, the father's name was popular there. So, like, these guys are like, what did you tell us she is to you? You are the people that we have been looking for.
And then now they ask her.
There is no excuse.
They ask her, where is your ID?
No. We actually had told her when she's coming, she should carry her passport.
Yes.
So she carries. I think she was from.
No, I think you're confusing.
No, she came with her passport.
Sure.
Yes, she came with her passport.
Okay.
And then they are like, yes, she carried her passport. And then she's like, here is my passport. When they asked for it, and then she's like, they're like, this passport is, one of the GSUs called the fellow friend, she is like, come, this one is a man and this one is a woman.
Apparently, Lydia, because she was in a hurry, she's in panic. She just picked a passport from where they normally place the passports, and she picked the husband's passport.
How do you
Evidence
explain
over
that?
evidence. One,
like, hey, your host, now you have a host that is sleeping close by, so that when you come, your plan is fully laid. Like this, how long have you been in Kenya? 1 year, like 1 year and 2 months. Oh, okay, Kiswahili, because she was speaking in English, because, I mean,
she
because
doesn't
you
know
get that,
Kiswahili,
and she doesn't know Kiswahili. So they're like, for how long have you been in Kenya? At 1 year. You should be knowing Kiswahili. How can you be in Kenya for 1 year and you do not know Kiswahili? You guys are terrorists. Oh, we can see your plans have actually come to the ground. You're back to square zero. Eh?
So she starts explaining, because I was in a rush, I just picked my passport from where we normally place our passports, and by mistake, I picked my husband's passport. So they told her, go get yours, but this we are going to retain it here. At that time, they're asking me, where's your ID? So I'm trying to make calls back home for somebody to get into a room. Your room, you're the only one who knows where you put your things.
Everything.
So I'm trying to send a person, and that is the time Safaricom decides the network is not so good. I'm seeing Amos is watching. Thank you, Amos, for watching. Amos is watching from, is it Mauritius?
Yes.
Thank you for being here with us. So, I'm trying to tell a person back at home, kindly take pictures of my wife's passport and my ID and send them to me.
You actually had told them, mine is on e-citizen. And they're like, e-citizen, to hell with, he is e-citizen. Whom do you tell that you are carrying your ID is on phone, that we go to e-citizen and check on phone? I'm like, oh, why do we have them to register with the Huduma number? I'm like, okay. They are really searching for every reason to hold us captive.
So Lydia comes back. What do you want, baby? Okay, tell them you're part of the story. So Lydia comes back, and she comes back now with her passport. By this time, these people have already started calling the security agencies of the Ethiopian embassy. And those people have now come. We are now seeing some different color of people gathering around us. At least they were not as harsh as our very own.
Yeah. They were like, give us your phones. Please give us your phones. Everybody bring their phone. Let us see the camera. They are talking in their own language. Obviously, we cannot understand really.
There's one who's speaking in English.
Yeah, we hear the English that they speak. And then they are like, oh, they speak in their own language there. You can see them moving. Oh,
they're sounding like Timothy.
Like Timothy and Gabriel. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they finally, for them, they decide, and they ask us. They ask the camera guy, who are you? Who are you? And obviously when somebody is putting you on tension, you have tension on this side, you have tension on the other side.
Yes.
Well, it's okay. So you have tension on this side and you have tension from the other side. It is very hard to, express yourself, especially when you're not a person who you are. First of all, you're a person who knows you're not in the wrong. And secondly, these people are just making a fuss out of everything. Like they're making a small thing look so huge, like they're demonizing the whole situation. So this guy is like, oh, and then the camera person over us told them he does his video work, he captures functions and stuff like that. It's just private. They're like, are you a journalist? Are you a journalist? And then he's like, no, I'm not a journalist, but I do my photography and videography work, and basically these are partners that we partner with for their YouTube channel.
I was trying to chip in and say we are YouTubers. Can't he talk for himself? Can't he talk for himself?
Like it was chaos. It was really hard on us. Now at this time we are not 4 people like we were previously. Okay, 5 with Ruel. Our friend Lydia has now also been held captive there, and they have the husband's passport, and they also have her passport, and they have taken our credentials, our phone numbers, everything they have taken, and then they are there telling us of how we have become terrorists and we are part of the al-Shabaab team. Whatever we had planned to do and bomb the place is not going to be successful because 1, they are in control, 2, they are more powerful than us, they have had extra training, so there is nothing literally we can do. And obviously there is nothing we can do with our cameras. Like there is nothing we had planned to do. We had never even planned or thought of going to the Ethiopian embassy. You know, like it was, they made everything look grand, like so big. So the people from the Ethiopian embassy, the Ethiopians now, decide, oh, we have seen whatever they have. There is nothing really that, obviously, when Bruno was told to capture that place, after these people, Zubade, he definitely did not capture the video that they wanted him to capture, because definitely all they needed was evidence so that they could have a case on us. But surprisingly, these people, when they came, they cleared us. Like they saw there was really nothing to make a fuss about. It was just people. We actually talked to them and told them we are people who had just been on our journey going somewhere different, and our pin on the Google map led us to this place. So it's not like we had planned to, come and stay in this place and make things difficult for you guys. We just got lost, and we only needed to be told, you're not supposed to park here. Oh, kwa nini unaongea hivyo? Kwani wewe umekuwa nani? Are you the one who decides here? Let me tell you, this thing has already reached the anti-terror. Anti-terror is already in charge. So there is no way you're going to escape this kind of crime.
Remember, they have come with some papers, they have taken our details. And even after the Ethiopian security guys left...
Can I help you?
Yes. Our baby has decided it's eating time. So even after the Ethiopian guys had left us and they had cleared us, the GSU guys were still holding us there. Remember, at that time, our friend Mr. Sam is still in cuffs.
Yes, even Bruno, they have been held like birds,
and they are watching every move we are making, even the way we are breathing. And let me tell you, my friends, please keep in shape, because I look kind of big. They are telling me you are the leader.
You're the leader.
You are the leader.
You were even actually in a court, I think, that morning.
That morning I was in a court.
Yeah. And you didn't have a tie.
I didn't have a tie, but I was in official wear.
Yeah.
So I'm told you are the leader. So one of the GSU guys now calls me aside. You have seen how tough these things are. He's now telling me while whispering. We have even tried to talk on your behalf. That is the part I got annoyed. We have even tried to talk on your behalf to convince the Ethiopian security guys to leave. Yeah? So, but you see, this matter is so big. If you are taken to court, you would pay, how much did he say?
300,000.
350,000 Kenya shillings. You know 350,000 Kenya shillings, what that is? So I immediately noticed, because if you are from Kenya, when you hear a policeman starting to speak like that, they want what we call here chai, kitu kidogo. I don't know how you call it in Uganda or wherever you're watching
akatuga.
Akatuga. So the guy wanted akatuga. And I tell him, I completely understand you, but as you can see us, we don't have money. And tells me, you cannot speak like that. So should I just proceed and allow my boss to be here, because I can tell you, Mr. What did he call him? Mangombe? What?
Machuma.
Yeah, Machuma. Yes. The boss of GSU and Antiterror, Mr. Machuma, is already on his way here. And you see, for us to take this story down, you have to... even what you're going to do is not really for us. So I said, how can we help each other? I'm asking him. Then he says, you tell me. So I realized now we're going to be here for long. I told him, as you see me here, I don't have money. That's the truth. I don't have money. He told me, then we are going to take you to tutakupeleka huko. Mtafinywa vizuri sasa mtasema. They didn't say station. They said chambers. I don't know what chambers mean. Tutawapeleka chambers, and then you will be squeezed very well and you will say the truth what you are doing here. Then I said, okay, just tell me how can we solve this? Because now there is no way we can move out of their detention, and definitely they have already caused a scene. So trying to move from there, even if we know we are
on the right side,
is going to create more chaos. So he tells me, because you have explained yourself as a guy and you've said you don't have money, kindly just get 15,000 shillings, we give to our boss, and then this thing dies.
It goes under the carpet.
Do you know what 15,000 is? Something somebody has not settled for. 1, 2, 3. Even if I didn't have it, but even if I had, I wouldn't. Then I tell the guy, the way you see me here, in front, backwards, yani mbele na nyuma, that is in Kiswahili. Mbele na nyuma, I only have 1,000 shillings only, and that is even part of the money that we were to use to buy for this baby of mine food. Hey. 1,000 shillings. What are you saying? Unasema nini? 1,000.
And they were like 7 GSU guys,
You know, even that money is not going to get into my pocket. This money is going to, you know, the way we policemen suffer, this money is going to my boss so that this story dies. And then he tells me, you go and talk to your friends. So I come,
panel beats,
I come to the side and now start talking to my people and tell them, I've realized what these people want. I didn't tell them what the guys told me, because they wanted me to tell you. And you remember that time when me, you, Bruno, Lydia and Mr. Sam. So he wanted me to solicit money from them so that we can put it together so that it can sum up to whatever he wanted. So I tell my people, these guys, we have seen them. We are actually not in the wrong. What they want here is
Katuga.
Kitu kidogo, chai. They want money. I don't know if you people are willing. Me, I've told them the only money I have is 1,000 shillings. So the rest of the people were quiet. Lydia at that time was standing somewhere aside there.
With GSU.
Yes. Actually, that GSU guy, anyway, that's a story for another day. So, Mr. Sam tells me, because you and Bruno are quiet, Mr. Sam tells me, actually, I've made a mistake to tell them you have 1,000 shillings. You see, the worst thing that can happen here is that they will waste our time. Even if they take us to police custody or whatever, we'll still come out. The only thing that will have been wasted is the time that we wanted to do our stuff here. So tell them we don't have any other money. If they
don't do that.
What is it done?
He's taking out the food.
Baby, table manners. We are on camera. Okay.
You will take me now. Take me now.
So where are we?
He tells you that you are not supposed to tell them.
Yes. So I go back to the guy and I tell him, actually, these people you're seeing I am with, they don't have money. The only money I have is actually the money we were supposed to use, all of us, and it's 1,000 shillings. Then he starts saying, I think now what we'll do, we'll just call our boss. He comes, you are taken to the anti-terror section, and you get to answer the questions. He wants to sleep. And you get to answer the questions. Okay? It's okay. It's all right. So, and you get to answer the questions. So I decided to relax, let them do what they want to do. So they move around as if they're making calls. I think they thought they would intimidate us by those calls. Now we are already tired, we are sweating. The attire we were putting on is already wasted.
Actually, some of us actually went and sat somewhere. So as we can breastfeed, you can see our appetite was very high that day. So we went somewhere to breastfeed. Can I wash my hands first?
Yeah. So we were already thinking, one, our time has already been wasted. The suit I had decided to put on is already looking like I don't know what. The sun has been shining on us for close to now. This is getting to 3 hours. What is the worst that can happen? Let them do whatever they want to do. So they make calls, and then they tell us now to remove our car from where it was parked to park in some particular corner. Then that's where they came and followed us from there. Then the guy comes and asks me, okay, can you be able to add 4,000 so that it gets to 5,000? Then I tell him, and I was not even blinking. That time, I'm even annoyed.
You were bitter, sweating.
I'm annoyed like no man's business. And you know, that time, that is the time you try and call people, and it's like their phones are off. Yeah. That is before that time when they started asking for money. When we were not yet sure how serious this thing was. We were making calls and the calls were like, you know. So I tell the guy, me, even that 4,000 you're asking for, I don't have. It's only 1,000 shillings I have. And if you can't have this, there's nothing that you can be able to do
to give you.
To give you. After 5 minutes, then this guy comes around the corner of the door, because now I decided to sit in the car. Let him do what he wants to do. Then he comes and tells me, okay, that 1,000 shilling you had, you put it in my pocket. So that time his pocket is just at the door of the vehicle.
Yeah. And he's calling names of IDs.
So that time in my head I was wondering, what do I do? Should I put a piece of paper? But by that time I'm thinking like that, so I'm already having my hand like this with the 1,000, you know? And then I placed the 1,000 there, the guy left.
And we were told to leave, and when we were leaving,
they started smiling and started talking to us as if we are friends.
As though we were friends, so we had like a community of, you know, like, I'm like, really? Seriously? But guys, it is good to go through some of these experiences, because I mean, you learn a lot from them. Me, that day, I learned to carry my ID wherever I go.
We left that place, we went to Lydia's place, we started shooting. Although we started the shoot late, we were able to finish with thank God. And that video is going to come very soon. We cooked. I've never eaten such meals before.
A delicious one.
Yes.
Lydia is a nutritionist, and she has very beautiful tips in that video. So guys, watch out and be ready to comment and like and share, so that we can have more of these messages and content
and
and
stories.
That
people have been watching. Even before we go, let's just recognize them. Thank you, Kasumba, for being with us. Thank you, Eunice Mukisa, for being with us.
Nice.
Thank you, Sarah Nanjala, for being here. Thank you, David Osawa, all the way from Germany, for being here with us. And Kasumba says, GS, you guys are the winners. GS, you guys are the winners. I think I've never had
a scenario of GSU guys.
So make sure you're always here. How many times do you think we should stream?
I think thrice a week could be good.
Today is Wednesday.
So
Friday is not a good day.
Friday is not a good day. Friday maybe for the hymn session.
Yes.
They will stream with us and we worship together.
So be here on Friday. We'll be worshiping with you. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday we'll have a stream.
Yeah.
And be ready for our next stream. I think we should talk about uliwahi kula fare yangu. That will be
that is a topic for another day. Guys, we have been so blessed.
Thank you for being here with us. We have been blessed to be with you. God bless you.
And see you another time. Remember to subscribe. Like, if you haven't, why? Like, subscribe like right now. See you next time. Love you all. Say bye. Say bye, Ruben. Say bye. Say bye-bye.